what's happening? What's happening? You got Randy here from Road to Ruin. You're tuned in to Osment the Rage Rockers playlist here on Rock Rage Radio. So come on in and have a listen. Let's get burnt. Let's get it.
The chance to see they only cloud the surface. No, we never get what we need. Your sense of peace, the God that failed us. Lie to me. I built this house of truth. You won't believe.
Hi, this is Brian from The Dude, and I'm not the guy from your bushes last. Hi there, this is Frank. God damn it. No. Okay. Somebody give me a latte and a shot. How many times do I have to tell you I want a freaking latte? Nobody does anything right. Hi, this is your monkey boy from The Dude Band. Right now, you may be thinking, where the hell am I and what the hell am I doing? Right now, you are listening to, watching, maybe having impure thoughts about Osment, the Rage Rockers playlist, right here on Rock Rage Radio.
I saw her standing there under the lovely moonlight light. I knew she would be the one. I knew she'd be my bride. Because she's my guide. And I both know they could never stop my sexual longing. I come from my body, never be that far from you. My love so true and real, burning every inch of you. But before you quit, you'll realize that you are my eyes. And I am your world. Your love was a trial, they will always singing, they will talk about, but keeping your favor is the task alone. I feel working at night to keep the demons far from you, and I just sleep so sound. Sweet dreams I pray you for me. Through your soul, you're saving me. Wow, for laying everything to me. We've come too far to ever let this go. Because she's my guide. And I am her. I saw her standing there under the moonlight light. I knew she would be the one. I knew she'd be my bride. I took her by her hand. I led her far from her treacheries. She knew I was her one. She saw her champion. Because she's my eyes. And I am her. That's the dark church. We're to love her. That's the dark church. We're to love crowded mind. Need to find a way I can get out. A million miles ago life it seemed to slip out of reach, out of know-how. Every day is just more the same, living for the one who requires it. Identity all slipped away, faint memories of a life when I owned it. I've fallen down, 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 and I don't know how to climb back out of this darkness. Oh, I keep falling down, 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 down into the darkness, and I don't know how to get out of the darkness. I've fallen down. Every morning a brand new start, except that it always ends up there. There's no easy way to endure, sabotage my hands to instill fear. Staying on a survival skill, the only way to get through the day here. Used to look forward to better days, but hope no longer resides here. I've fallen down, 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 and I don't know how to climb back out of this darkness. Oh, I keep falling down, 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 down into the darkness, and I don't know how to get out of the darkness. Oh, I've fallen down. I'm falling down, 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 and I don't know how to climb back out of this darkness. Oh, I keep falling down, 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 down into the darkness, and I don't know how to get out of the darkness. Oh, I've fallen down. I keep falling down, 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 down into the darkness, and I don't know how to get out of the darkness. I keep falling down into darkness, and I don't know how to get out. I've fallen down.
Make sure I'm unmuted. You see me over here laughing. I just seen your Woman Crush Wednesday post, and that's
did
why
you?
I was like, how did I miss this? Oh man, that is so cute. Oh, that's sweet. I love it. I love it. I love that. I thought it was pretty cute. Anyway, I was over here cheesing like a little schoolgirl. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So that was Fallen.
Yes.
That's the latest?
That is latest and actually our first release. We have about 10 songs that we've got tracked right now that we're trying to get out the door, but we're working on an album, but we're kind of maybe doing singles at first, but we're working on them.
Well, putting an album together is super, super hard. So
Yeah.
any kind of flow that you can go with it, is probably the best. Where are you guys located at?
We're in Erie, Pennsylvania, way in the northwest quarter of Pennsylvania, right on the lake.
I know exactly. I got married in Mercer County.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. So, I lived in Jamestown for a while.
Really?
And then, yeah.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Florida, though, but
Okay.
I moved up there with my best friend, not to probably, I don't know, my daughter's 5, so.
Small world. I actually just moved from Mercer County about 2 years ago up to Erie, so that's kind of funny. Funny story.
I was, I spent summers in Pittsburgh as a kid, so in downtown Pittsburgh, though. So it was a little bit different, and then I moved to Jamestown, and it was like complete
That's a lot.
Amish country.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
when I had to travel 30 minutes to Walmart, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a different world down there for sure. Erie's like a nice, like, it's like a small city, but it's got like a very like, I don't know, down home feel to it, but it's medium. It's nice. It's okay. I had a cat earlier. I'm like, get the cat out of the office.
My Labradoodle is a cat. I'm gonna stand up just for a second, just
No.
so I can get him because he's gonna drive us crazy if not. 1 second. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
My best friend is over here, so we can go get my kiddo. So my dog is like very ferocious as soon as he acts like he's like gonna bite someone's head off, but he's super like we named him Sven, kind of like off of Frozen. So
Oh, right.
because he's like very, I don't know, guppy. So, what is the next single that you have in play after Fallen?
So right now we're working on the next song is called Listen to Me. We're about 90% done with it. We almost had it done, but we were in the studio and some really bad thunderstorms came through and took the power out. So we were in the middle of that. We ran out of time. So we got to get back in there and get it finished. We're working with a really awesome local studio here, BFE Studios. It's Brian Goloski. He's amazing. And so he's very, very busy. So we're kind of trying to get back in there to get that work done. But like I said, it's been kind of slow going, but we're getting it done little by little here. So we're excited to get the next one out. Trying not to be in too much of a hurry, though, because we want to make sure we get it done right. And we're real happy with how Fallen turned out. So we're really kind of taking our time. And we also don't want to just keep cranking them out once a week. We want to make sure we give a little time to simmer a little bit.
That's important too for marketing purposes. You want to make sure you release them within certain amounts of time. Do you guys have help with like booking and stuff like that, or do you have like a lot of? Go ahead.
No, it's me, myself, and I for the most part. I said, we're getting kind of busy. I said, I'm looking forward to the day when we have like a good band income and we can hire somebody because I'm getting extremely busy. It's, starting to make me feel like it's affecting songwriting a little bit because I do a lot of the songwriting. But we do write together as a band. But a lot of the times I come up with some of the ideas preliminarily at home and bring them to the band. So I'm so inundated with band business now, which is great. It's a great problem to have because we're so busy all of a sudden. On the other hand, it's like, when do I have time to sit down at the piano or to pick up the guitar or whatever I'm working with at the time? And so it's been a little crazy, but.
Well, if you guys if you do need help with it, let me know. And So I work with two very good companies. So Rock Rage Radio actually has Curtain Call Records that we work with too as well. So they have a lot of promotional stuff, and then also help with booking too as well. And then also Massive Media MS, which is another one of my sponsors that I work through. He does a lot of help with, like, he's out of the Mississippi area. John Curtain Call Records, I believe, is in the Florida area. But Massive Media is really good too. So if you guys ever decide to start venturing down this way,
Okay.
let me know and I can
All right.
help you out. So
Great.
maybe
Thank
you can take a vacation to Florida.
Yeah, we are looking to try to start doing a little bit more touring. We're kind of a young band, so we're just starting to kind of get our feet wet, and we're trying to get out of the area. We do have an upcoming mini tour that we're going to be doing. We're going to be heading down to Virginia at the end of the summer in August, and then coming back with some of those bands back here to Erie to do another little show here. So we're kind of excited about that. But we've mostly just been in our area at this point.
That's really cool. I mean, if you ever decide, let me know, and we can help venture down this way. I know it takes quite a bit, to be able to do that. But those two companies, they're actually really good. They help, manage the whole stopping points. So that way you earn money along the way. So you're not spending money to go, you know what I mean? So that way it kind of helps out a lot.
Awesome.
But I would love to see you live. I absolutely love ᵴäln. And I play mostly metal in the morning along with some grudge rock. So I love being able to just stop and listening to your song, and I'll put both of these in and I'll just ride with it.
Oh, thank you. It's funny. It is one of our more mellow tunes. It right now is our only ballad. We have some other ones maybe on the back burner that we're starting to work with, but most of our songs are heavier. Not excessively, but it was the one song that was a ballad, and it kind of came to be our first release. It wasn't going to be our first release. Our first release was actually going to be Listen to Me. But as somebody had requested it, another local radio station had heard it and said, please tell me you have this available so I can play it on the radio. And we were like, we can make that happen. So we did. We prioritized it so that we could get some radio airplay, and we did. So I think it was a really good choice to come out with. I think people have been really receptive to it. I'm hoping that when they hear our other stuff, they aren't like, oh, kind of like when Extreme came out with More Than Words, and then everybody was like, wait, what was the rest of that Porno Graffiti album? It was a little bit harder than what we were expecting. But
it's nice to be able to see your genre kind of go like this. I mean, in my personal opinion, I absolutely love mixing genres. I mean, there's so much in my playlist of, people screaming. Oh, you got comments going crazy too over here. So, I wasn't even paying attention to them because I was over here talking. Main money. Okay. Here you go. Let's start. And then this one. And then I believe Andrew said Erie represent. I have some relatives that actually live in Erie, which is kind of funny. And let me see. Marketing jeans are good things. Yes, they are very good things. And who knows? We'll maybe get like at least half of Florida, listening to you, and then you'll have to come.
That would be
great. John said Amy knows who the slacker is.
Yes, I do.
And I have family in Erie, so if you want me to come up there, maybe we could do a live promo for Rock Rage Radio too. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be really cool. Absolutely.
So, well, Amy, anything I could do for you, just let me know. I do. How did you get started in music, by the way?
So I've been in music in some form of it ever since I was a little girl. I started out, I think I've told this story before in interviews. When I was little, I always wanted to be an artist. And then, you're in like third grade and you're doing art and you get those like letter grades in school that are like O's for outstanding and S for satisfactory when you're little. And they got an S in art because I suck. I can't draw. I'm terrible at it. But I want to be an artist. But then I got an O in music class, and I was like, maybe I need to rethink this. And I just really naturally fell into it. I always just loved it. Music's just always been like something that I just connect to. I'm very connected to it. I've always done something. I played, I was a music geek in school. I was always in the choruses and I was in band. And but my parents, I started playing by ear when I was little. My grandparents had pianos and organs, and I used to figure out how to play tunes on them. And I started writing songs when I was really little. So my parents bought me a big old upright piano. It was one of those really old wooden things that like they didn't have a lot of money. So they found it used and it had broken keys on it. But I learned just sort of how to play self-taught. They eventually got me some lessons and I got a little bit better. And just over the years, that's just kind of what I connected with. But then I fell into the rock scene. When I was 16, I got into my first rock band. And I was hooked. It was a cover band, and we were actually pretty good. It was all high school kids, and we actually played Jamestown's prom. How about that?
Yeah, really? That's hot.
I was 16 years old playing Jamestown High School's prom. That it was my junior year of high school.
What a small rinky-dink high school too. You know it.
I know, and we played their prom. It was really cool. That was like my highlight of my high school years, playing a prom. So that was really fun. And then after that, I went on to school. I went away to out to the Philadelphia region, and I went to college out that way too as a music major. I was a vocal performance major. I only did it for about a year and a half because I decided that I wanted to be a rock star, and I dropped out. So, and I did the Philly rock scene for a lot of years. And then I kind of fell out of it. I got into a relationship, which was probably not the best thing that I should have done. It was a bad marriage for a lot of years. Took me out of the music scene completely. And so it wasn't until I finally got out of that about 5-6 years ago. I, during the pandemic, really sat back down and just started reconnecting with it again, started writing again, and the songs just started flowing. That's where Fallen came from. Just started writing, and then I said, I need a band. So after things started opening up again, I moved up here to Erie and started finding my bandmates, and here we are today.
I love that. And I bet your soul feels a hell of a lot better now that you get to kind of scream and do what you want.
Yes, this is the first time, I've been in a lot of bands in my lifetime. When I was in the Philadelphia region, I did some cover bands that then eventually did some original work. And then I was in all original metal bands out there. But this is the very first time that it's been my material. Like I wrote lyrics for the bands and I wrote vocal lines for the bands, but I never actually wrote the entire song and brought it to a band. So I had been writing, but I had never done that for a band. And so this was really a unique new experience for me to come to instrumentalists and say, okay, here's this song I wrote. Do you like it? What can we do with it? And it's been great because the guys that I'm working with are just fantastic. We all just work together so well. And, there's no egos in my band, which is wonderful. I always joke, Rick, our guitar player, is the only guitar player I've ever worked with in my life that I have to say, can you please turn up? I can't hear you loud enough. That never happens.
I mean, it's very hard. I mean, most guitar players have theirs way up because they want to hear it.
Exactly. I mean, and that's just how this band is. Everybody's just, like I said, we're no spring chickens. So we've been around the block a few times, and we're not wanting to goof around and party. You know what I mean? We've gotten that out of our system. So we're very serious about it, which is great. So we come together, we do what we need to do, and we get a lot done. And, we've only been together for a little over a year and a half as a full band. Rick joined us in late, I want to say summer of 2021. And we've got 13 songs now, I want to say. And that's a lot for, to be cranking out that. I feel like we've really accomplished a lot in a short period of time. So and we keep writing.
within a year. I mean, and to be able to find that energy, to be able to be, being in a band, it's like being in a second marriage.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, so I can understand that it's very stressful sometimes, and it's very important to get a group of people that you can harmonize with, not only spiritually but musically too as well. So that's exciting, and 13 is a lot.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is a lot.
And there's more coming. They're sort of on the back burner. We've got 2 in production right now. Really, we have to stop writing. We'll start one and we'll be like, oh, I came up with something new, and we'll start working on that. Like, wait, we got to finish this one first. Like, just put this one back there. Let's finish with. But they just keep coming between mostly me and Rick, the guitar player. The 2 of us are the ones that sort of come up with the original process, and then we bring them to the rest of the band, and we sort of go from there. But yeah, the creative juices keep flowing, and as a band, then we come together, and it's not just Rick and I writing everything though. Like Mike, our drummer, he's really good at orchestrating things. So he'll, he doesn't know notation and stuff, but he'll say like, wait a minute, what's that little widdly thing you're doing on the guitar there, and that little dingy ding thing you're playing on the piano, and like put those 2 that way and rearrange it. And so he's really good at arranging things. And our bass player Scott, he comes up with lots of his own little runs and things like that fit in really well. So it's just everybody kind of really works together very well. And like I said, nobody takes any criticism, like we have all constructive criticism, and everybody's really good at taking that. And we joke around a lot. Everybody pretends to have sad faces when we tell them we don't like it.
But it's good that you can transfer that energy like that. I mean, it's very hard to find humans that you can get along with on that level. You know what I mean? There you got people that work a different way, and people that have different triggers and stuff like that. So that's amazing that you guys have been able to come together and write so much music within a year's time.
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes my head is spinning when I realize how much we've accomplished and keep accomplishing, which is just fantastic. I'm very, very excited about where we are right now today.
Very important to keep reminding yourself that too as well, and not see, don't see that, the negative side of things of like, okay, well, this is taking a little bit longer than I thought, kind of taking yourself back to, hey, we have accomplished a lot, and being in that moment, a lot, and choosing that one more than others. So
yeah, absolutely.
It absolutely helps that energy flow very nice. Anytime you ever want to come on here, I do hosting too as well. So my labradoodle's like trying to get up in my lap. So we run hours. Yep. All the way up.
Oh, what a cutie.
Oh yeah, he's like a full human. Like,
yeah, I see that.
Human. We've named him ᵴঁ, kind of off of Frozen, because he reminds me of like that big ass reindeer.
Yeah.
So, but the hosting the shows, so we come on here and like run through the music, and then basically instead of playing my ads, we just bring us back on and we talk about what we liked about the song and the lyrics and stuff like that. So if you ever want to do anything along that line, we can definitely schedule that and play.
And that would be fun.
I do want to thank you so very much for coming on and taking your time throughout the night to fit us in. And I hope to have you on again very, very soon.
Thank you. I'd love to.
If you will just PM me, and then we'll find out a perfect time for us both. And then we can even run. Normally the hosting ones, we run like almost 3 hours. So I say bring a whole thing of coffee and a bedside pan. I mean, the guys think the second comment is super funny. So it's a joke though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can so get up throughout the thing. Normally we have 5-6 minutes between each song. So, and it's just a way for you to, reach the community and be able to share your song and your stuff with the band, and kind of be able to judge, other bands and have fun doing it, Normally I bring a beer or two instead of a pot of coffee. So I'm a little bit of a bad girl. me and the I tell everybody this that I come on interviews with, me and Brian, we had our interview and I was so excited, and this dude started popping Jameson shots on our interview, and I was like, well, screw it, where's the fireball? It was a great time. I mean, and I like the followers and the fans to be able to see the personal side of things. You know what I mean? Like your personality, how you are as the person, and being able to, because they don't really get that at every show. You perform, and then you either wait on your money, or you're ready to go home, and you don't really get to hang out as much. So this is kind of like an avenue where they get to kind of hang out with you for a little bit and get to, feel your energy. You know what I mean? Right. But Amy, I am gonna run. I have to go and pick up one of my little kids from a church program. But I do want to thank you so much for coming on and taking your time to do this interview tonight.
No problem.
I definitely am gonna keep following on, so we'll keep it running through, and each time I play it, I'll comment the band's page, so then that way for sure.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's been a blessing.
That tuned in too. I appreciate it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Everybody that's in the chat right now, thank you so much for tuning in. We actually are going to run into the song again. So if you didn't get to hear it the first time, we're going to run and play it again. And then the chat's going to end for the night. And we will see you bright and early in the morning. Bye, Miss Amy.
All alone in a crowded mind, need to find a way I can get out. A million miles of cold life it seemed to slip out of reach, out of know-how. Every day is just more the same, living for the one who requires it. Identity all slipped away, faint memories of a life when I owned it. I've fallen down, 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 and I don't know how to climb back out of this darkness. Oh, I keep falling down, 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 down into the darkness, and I don't know how to get of the darkness. I've fallen down. Every morning a brand new start, except that it always ends up there. There's no easy way to endure, sabotage my hands to instill fear. Staying on a survival skill, the only way to get through the day here. Used to look forward to better days, but hope